The final video that we'll be discussing today is going to be the pitch. This is this is probably the most important factor of this video. I'm just going to kind of do one briefly for you, kind of give you an outline of how it needs to be done. You're more than welcome, of course, to tweak it to your favor or however you feel more comfortable doing it. But I do want you to follow some important things and some important verbiage. You'll hear several pitches throughout your training program. Just put them all together, piece one together that you feel most comfortable presenting at the final. Simple enough, I'd just like to introduce the menu, let the guests know that we are an ultra-fresh seafood restaurant. Some of the key things are the date. Let your guests know that each menu is printed twice a day, once at lunch and once at dinner. Let your guests know that all the fish that are check marked underneath today's date in one of the 4 columns are just letting you know which fish are available for you. I like to break the menu down into sections. I start at the top left-hand corner with the raw bar. I let them know that there are several options in this section: the tuna tartare, the ceviches, either in pescado or the mixto, and of course, if they care for something light, I always introduce the shrimp cocktail. For larger parties, there's always the shellfish platter to present. I go immediately into the hot appetizers. I definitely make a note of the crab cake appetizer, as well as a calamari, and of course the oysters Rockefeller. I then go down to the salads and highlight just one or two of those salads. I let them know that they are easy enough to share, and of course I do recommend they pay attention to the salad dressing options as well. I then move over to the oyster bar section. We have both an East Coast and a West Coast representation. I let them know what's the smallest oyster for this evening, and of course what's the largest oyster. Below that is the simply grilled or broiled section. I give them a brief description of what each presentation is about, and then I let them know of their option of adding crab crust or crab on top. I then highlight the specialty selection where they'll find a majority of the fish that have been highlighted. I'll let them know that there are additional sauces and features to accent each of those fish. I also at this time let them know that there's a lot of tableside service, so I encourage them not to be afraid to order any of the whole fish or items that need to be deshelled. I, of course, will do that for them. I also then put a note to the cold water features, your lobsters, and of course your Alaskan king crab. I let the guests know at this point that the menu is a la carte and that the side dishes are easy enough to share. There are 2 price points. They're just letting you know that there are small and large available. There is also a steak offering section as well. I'll let them know that it's a very similar presentation of Montreal seasoning, extra virgin olive oil, and that each steak is cooked to temperature. Basically, that's how the rundown of the menu will flow. Now, for a general idea or a general guideline of how it should be presented, I'm just going to do one quickly for you, and then, of course, allow you to view this video as many times as you need until you're ready to do your own pitch. Simple enough. The menu is dated. We print our menus twice a day, once at lunch and once for dinner. Below this evening's date, you'll find that there are 4 columns. In each of these columns, there are check marks. These check marks are letting you know which fish are available for you. The left-hand side of the menu are your starters. These are your raw, cold, hot, and soup and salad features. We do offer oysters here. We have an East Coast and West Coast representation. Your smallest oyster tonight will be the Kumamoto. Your largest will be your Saddle Rock. Below that is your simply grilled or broiled section. Your simply grilled will be extra virgin olive oil, sea salt, and cracked black pepper. Your broiled section will be clarified butter and Old Bay seasoning. Below that, you'll notice that there's an option for you to add crab on top or crab crust to any of these fish. Down the middle of the menu are your specialties. These are where the same highlighted fish that have been checkmarked at the top will also be presented. However, they'll have additional sauces and features to accent each of these protein. There is a lot of tableside service here, so please do not be afraid to order any of the items that need to be deshelled or filleted. I will take care of that for you. Down below the specialties are your cold water items. This is where we will feature our priority snow crab, our Alaskan king crab, and of course our live Maine lobsters. Your entire menu is a la carte. Your side dishes are on the right-hand side of the menu. There are 2 price points. These are just letting you know simply enough small and large. Your intimate table of 2 to 3, I do recommend anywhere between 1 to 2 sides to share comfortably. In fact, if you do over order tonight, I will stop you and we're going to go into a different direction. Down below your sides are your steak offerings, a simple presentation of Montreal seasoning and olive oil. These steaks will be cooked to temperature. Since it is your first time dining, there are a few things that I do recommend you try. From our raw bar, we have one of the best ceviche cooks here in South Florida. I do recommend trying one of his ceviches, either the pescado or the mixto. Under the hot appetizers, our crab cake should not be missed. It's one of the highlighted menu items here. It's a simple presentation of jumbo lump crab meat served alongside a presentation of mustard mayonnaise. Also, something worth mentioning, of course, is our Point Judith calamari, just flash fried with a little bit of tamarind and chipotle glaze. If you are interested in a mid-course or care for a salad as a starter, the watercress and arugula salad will both come highly recommended, as well as our spinach salad. These salads are built to share, so I do encourage that. As far as oysters are concerned, if you have any questions in regards to that, I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. Just as a quick note, your West Coast oysters will tendency to be a little bit more small, and your East Coast are your larger versions. Again, simply grilled or broiled. Some of these species of fish may or may not be familiar to you. I am here to help you with any questions in regards to these species of fish. Please, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. As far as the specialties are concerned, one of the key preps that I do recommend to you is our black and blue. Tonight, your fish will be served over caramelized sherry onions that will be dusted in a bit of Cajun seasoning, presented with blue cheese, butter, and scallions. Your whole fish night is hogfish. That's part of the wrasse family. A fantastic option for you to enjoy tonight. If it is still available, I do highly recommend that you try this. It'll be flash fried, served with a sweet Vietnamese chili paste on the side. It's called Nuoc Cham. Of course, we'll debone it for you. Other than that, the Alaskan crab legs are something that continuously brings people back. Your scallop presentation tonight is brilliant. And of course, as always, your sides should not be missed. Some of the sides I do recommend for you, please, the cream corn, the bok choy, your hash browns, all items that you should at least participate in one size or another. Other than that, are there any food allergies that I need to be aware of this evening before we continue? No? Excellent. Again, my name is Benjamin. Please, if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them for you. Enjoy your dinner. Very simple, very quick, covered a lot, but again, it's the more information that you give them, the more comfortable, the more confidence they have in you. Our menu is large, so please encourage your guests to ask as many questions as possible and just be a guide for them. They have plenty of options to choose from, plenty of other restaurants they can go to. You want them to continuously come back to ours because it's the service, the food, and the quality of the two together that helps bring our guests back. Thank you very much. Enjoy.